From center field at Lexington High School in Lexington, Mass. This is Lexington Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Tonight, it's the Lexington Blue Sox with a record of 16-5-1, second in the ICL, hosting the Wakefield Merchants with a record of 14-10, fourth in the ICL. Good evening, everybody. I'm Sam Feely, ready to bring you the play-by-play story as the Blue Sox look for their 8th consecutive win in a stretch in which they've outscored their opponents by an average score of 11-2 in those 7 games. They've outscored their opponents 77-14. This is likely the highest scoring stretch the Blue Sox have ever had since the ICL went to wooden bats. And the Blue Sox will look to get another win against the Merchants in their first home game against the Merchants after many of their previous attempts to get a game in here at Lexington High were rained out. They'll have the ace Matt Karras on the mound tonight. And here's the starting lineup. First for the visiting Wakefield Merchants in their traditional royal blue jerseys with gray letters and numbers and gray pants and gray blue caps. Bobby Lozano is going to lead it off at center field, followed by Scott Searles. He's the DH tonight. Mark Weber is in right. Mike Sorrentino is at first. Chris Butler is at second. Paul McGonigal is in left. Dylan Coster is at short. Ryan Collins is at third. And Joe Barry rounds out the lineup behind the plate. On the mound for the Merchants tonight is Mike Untracked. He is a left-hander, and Untracked, I can find his, Mike Untracked is actually making his first appearance of the season for the Merchants, and has not played in any previous games before this season for the Merchants. Rob DeFranco's here. We'll plug him in a little bit. He's not plugged in right now, but let's give you the starting lineup for the Lexington Blue Sox. Nick Godfrey is going to lead it off in right field, followed by Ross Curley at short. Taylor Ferguson is in center. Drew Brzezowski is in left. Dan Graham is the DH. Jeff Figers is behind the plate. Jake Wilsey is at second. Chris Ruocco is at third, and Josue Feliciano rounds out the lineup at first. On the mound, as mentioned, Matt Karras. We'll give you his numbers in a little bit, but here is ICL MVP candidate Bobby Lozano to lead things off for the Merchants. Bobby batting .440 with 2 homers and 15 RBIs. He has 2 of the 3 home runs the Merchants have hit this season. The first pitch at 8:07 is fouled into the screen for strike 1. We're underway. Matty is making his 5th appearance of the season. Only 1-0 with 1 save at a .58 ERA. In 12 innings of work, he's allowed 9 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, and 10 strikeouts as that runs inside for ball 1. The umpires tonight, former Blue Sox right-hander Sam Finn is behind the plate, and Joe Pescucci is working the bases. That misses inside, outside rather, 2-1. At the top of the strike zone for strike 2, Lozano doesn't like the call. And he nubs this one foul towards Scott Searles in the on-deck circle.
I'm here. We're live.
You're not on yet, just yet. It's not as simple as plugging the thing into the USB port. This is into right field, and this will be down in front of Godfrey for a base hit. In front of Costello for a base hit, my bad, as Jeff Costello has taken over in right field, and for Godfrey, and Julian Alvarez has taken over in left for Drew Brzezowski.
He's got an ingrown pinky.
So here's Scott Searles, the DH. He's going to bunt, and he bunts it foul for strike 1. Throw over to first, and Lozano's back diving. Another throw over to first. Much closer play this time. And Rob DeFranco is in the booth officially. How's it going, Rob?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing all right, as that misses inside. 1-1 to Searles.
Backed him right up.
Came in there with the two-seamer there. Searles batting .323 with 7 RBIs. He loops this one into center field for a base hit and a good start for the Merchants as they have first and second, nobody out.
Looked like a slider that hung up a little bit, and he just flicked the bat up and got a base hit up the middle. Weakly hit, but dropped in there, similar to Lozano's hit. A couple bleeders early on, man on first and second here with no outs.
And that'll bring up Mark Weber, the right fielder. In there for strike one to Weber.
Two-seam fastball, catch the outside part there from Karras. See if he can induce a ground ball.
Weber batting .381 with 15 RBIs. He's tied for Lozano for, second in that category on the team.
Another great pitch there from Karras. Two-seam fastball, outside part.
Strike two. Next offering, runners take a secondary lead, and that is outside.
Nibbling that outside corner here on the three-hitter.
Fouled to the left and out of play. We got a pretty vocal section of young fans out there in the center field stands.
Not too often you get a group of fans out in center field.
Yeah, but we've seen them a few times. We've seen some fans out there a few times. Here comes the bug spray. The 1-2 again. Swing and a miss, strike three, and a big first out there for
looked like a cutter.
Yep, Matt Karras going in on the lefty.
A lot of two seams early in the at-bat, and then comes back with a cutter. Really throws the hitter off there.
Here's Mike Sorrentino going to start at first base tonight. 307, 17 RBIs. That's the team high, as Matty misses inside with a two-seamer for ball one. Two-seam cutter, slider, changeup from Karras. And there it is again, but he misses inside again.
I think that one was a cutter, Sam.
Huh? Lozano on second, Searles on first. The pitch.
Great pitch there from Karras. Really complements the two-seam is that cutter, as we saw the strikeout.
Sorrentino gets this one into right field. This will get down in front of Costello. Lozano with good speed is being waved around third. Now he holds up.
It's going to be a little pickle, folks.
They've got Lozano in a hot box, and he will accept the out. Meanwhile, advancing to second and third on the throw are Searles and Sorrentino. So it's a single for Sorrentino. Then he advances on the throw. No RBI. Great job getting it back in quickly by Costello, though.
Yeah, you know, I'm surprised he went straight to second. He thought that Lozano with the speed might have scored automatically, but that wasn't the case. And Ross Curley identified that, caught him midway through the third base path, and was able to get a little rundown going.
Second and third, 2 out now as this is fouled to the right by Chris Butler, who's going to start second base tonight, and Butler batting .290 with 10 RBIs.
Seems like this heart of the order for Wakefield can really swing the bat.
Yeah, they are second in the league as a team in batting average behind the Blue Sox, as that's low 1-1. And amazingly, despite the torrid the historic offensive numbers the Blue Sox are putting up, as that's up and away 2-1, batting .310 as a team. Come on.
Right.
Wakefield's not that far behind at .301. The 2-1 from Karras to Butler, up and away 3-1. He's in danger of loading the bases for Paul McGonigal, who's on deck.
Yeah, here for Karras, you definitely don't want to give in. You got the open bag, 2 outs, so you expect him to be still a little picky here.
A 3-1. Catches the outside corner.
Another cutter there.
Searles at third, Sorrentino at second.
Shakes twice. Payoff pitch here.
Popped up into the screen.
You sometimes shake off just to make the batters think, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Chopper to the right side, but it gets foul, not far up the first baseline.
So after 2 foul balls, another 3-2 pitch here coming from Karras.
Off speed or fastball? Off speed.
Two-seam.
Two-seamer. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I thought that was a...
Some serious sink there.
So Karras gets out of it with 2 strikeouts in the inning and a big play by Costello as well to cut down Lozano. And after half an inning, it is the Merchants nothing and the Blue Sox coming up. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. Mike Untract is a 17-year-old out of Chelmsford, Mass. The left-hander getting the start tonight against the Blue Sox. And Jeff Costello greets him with a liner into center field that is caught just off the turf by Bobby Lozano. Wow, that was
defensive play
that
by
was
Lozano.
Destined to be a base hit.
Great bid there, because you know if he missed that, Costello was going to be on at least third base, if not scoring.
Or even if he kept it in front of him, he's a threat to run immediately. So here's Ross Curley, robbed of a chance to advance the runner with the bases empty, one down, and he takes ball 1.
Yeah, you know Bobby Lozano, I think he was a Merrimack graduate, went to Peabody High School. I played against him in my first varsity start my senior year at St. John's Prep. He was the leadoff hitter, and he gave me some trouble. I remember him vividly. Same playing style, quick guy, always gets his bat on the ball, tough out, threat on the bases, just a, very all-around type player.
And so quickly, Joe Barry going out to have a word with Untract.
Untract, you said, was 17 years old?
17 years old out of Chelmsford.
Is he a commit anywhere?
Looking at no word on it right now. 5'10", 165. As that is on the outside corner to Ross, strike 1.
Pretty polished for a 17-year-old thus far.
It's not only the first time the Blue Sox are seeing him, it's the first time any Intercity League team is seeing him, as that is in the dirt, nearly hit Ross on the front leg on the way in.
This is his Intercity League debut?
Intercity League debut. He's been on the roster, but this is his first start, and he gets it against the Blue Sox in the middle of this offensive stretch. The 2-1 on the outside corner, 2-2. Well, Sam Finn is a former pitcher.
May like to give those spotty calls.
You know, he loved them when he played. Sam's dad is also an umpire. They've umpired games together. Low ball 3. And I always thought that, like, Sam wasn't allowed to do Blue Sox games, but apparently he's been scheduled for several Blue Sox games earlier this season, but they all got rained out.
Yeah. A lot of rain this year.
Full count. Here's the pitch to Ross, and he grounds it to the left side. Through for a base hit past Collins.
And the hot streak continues for Curley as he reaches.
Ross ups his average from 327. He's now got a 7-game hitting streak. 7-game hitting streak. Here's Taylor Ferguson. Ferg drives this one to right center field. Back goes Lozano. It is off the base of the fence. Being waved around third is Curley. Ferguson into second with a double, and the throw will be cut off.
That ball was just hammered in the gap, tailing towards right center, and hits off the base of the wall. Easy double there, and Ross Curley able to score from first base easily.
So Taylor Ferguson, first pitch swinging. Picks up RBI number 14, which puts him in sole possession of second on the team in that category behind Alex Wojtek. And now here's Julian Alvarez. And look at those shiny white cleats Julian's wearing tonight.
That might be a debut, too.
Julian takes low, no advance by Ferguson, 2-0 the count.
We've scored in the first inning 4 straight games and 7 out of our last 8.
Blue Sox have scored in the first inning in 4 straight games and 7 of the last 8. Swing and a miss.
Healthy cut there from Julio.
2-1.
Good time to let it go on a 2-0 count.
The amazing thing that Bruce and I were talking about before the game is that, like, you know, the Blue Sox scoring 11 runs a game. This is a 7-inning league. It's about a run and a half an inning in this stretch. 3-1 as that misses way outside of Julian.
Yeah, you know, a couple of the guys on the squad really started off kind of sluggishly and take some time with summer ball, you know, not coming off the college roster anymore. And
as Julian skies this one to center field, back goes Lozano camping under it. He will make the catch. Tagging at second is Ferguson. He will get there standing up. So runner on third, 2 down. And that'll bring up Dan Graham.
See what the Warhorse can do here.
Grammer,
this time of the year.
Yeah, Grammer batting .400 with 4 RBIs. Lefty against lefty, and this is a guy on track that sets down away, skips to the backstop. Here comes Ferguson, and he will score on the wild pitch, and just like that, 2-0.
Yeah, went with the first pitch curveball or slider and kind of stuck it into the ground, able to get past catcher Joe Barry. Yep. Bounced right towards us.
Untrack can't feel like this is very fair because he plays against Dan Graham in the Merrimack Valley Conference, and he's a coach in the Merrimack Valley Conference. 1-1 as Grammer fouled that last one off.
Hard hit ball down the first base line. Almost went fair. Right near where the ump normally stands. Another slider.
Down low, 2-1. Jeff Iger's on deck. 2 runs home here in the first inning. runs inside, 3-1.
Productive at bat so far for Graham. We'll see what he makes of it.
On track with the 3-1, chopped foul. So full count to Grammer as tries to get on base for Vigsy on deck. A lot of room to right center. And he goes to right center. Back goes Lozano. Back goes Weber. It is gone! Dan Graham!
Wow.
Wow, that was a moonshot.
Right center, right where those bleachers are, folks. I know we have no camera feed tonight, but that's where it went. Struck very well, got good wood on the ball, and that'll be a round tripper for Dan Graham. His first of the season.
First home run for Grammer, his 5th RBI. See him flexing a little bit as he came into the dugout. So 3-0 Blue Sox. Nice hit, Dan. Here's Vigsy, lines this one right to the shortstop. Coster for the out there retires the side, but the Blue Sox continue to swing the bats hot. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and nobody left. After one complete, Blue Sox 3, Merchants nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Want LSP to tape or broadcast your team's games? Rates start at just $50 per game. Video broadcasts also available. Visit localsportsproductions.com/services or email Sam at localsportsproductions.com for more information. Matt Karras threw 26 pitches in the top of the first, 17 for strikes. And you don't need him to go, the distance tonight, but that is a number he's going to have to bring down as the in for pitches in an inning as he's going to progress against this Wakefield lineup, who obviously is offensively proficient, but
Oh, absolutely. I mean, 26 in a 7-inning game. Obviously, you want that pitch count down, able to work around, hopefully, one of the bigger jams he'll see tonight. But
as that's popped up into shallow right, Costello calling. Now it's going to be Wilsey taking the pop-up for out number 1. So that makes quick work of Paul McGonigal. So that's one way.
There you go. 1 pitch, 1 out.
2 pitches.
Excuse me.
Before that, McGonigal was batting .364 with 6 RBIs. Now here's Dylan Coster, the shortstop, who takes strike 1. And I think after it looks like Matt's pitching with more of a purpose now after the 3-run cushion he's been afforded as he misses upstairs for ball 1. Coster batting .333 with 1 homer and 9 RBIs. He grounds this one through Matt's wickets and past Curley into center field for a base hit. So there's the 4th hit of the ball game for the Merchants.
Yeah, able to get the bat on the ball early. Unfortunately, the first 2 kind of bleeders, but hit's a hit, so we'll see what happens second time around.
Coster is 0 for 1 stolen base attempts this season. As here's Ryan Collins, the third baseman. The crouched and open stance.
You don't see that as often anymore.
No.
I feel like back in the 90s, early 2000s, you see that a lot in the big leagues.
Jeff Bagwell and such. Tony Batista. Low with the slider, ball 1.
You know, as a hitter growing up, I never felt comfortable in that really crouched position. I didn't feel natural. It's interesting to see some other people's preferences.
Collins batting .216 with 4 RBIs. 1-1 the count. And Collins squares, gets it down, but bunts it foul. 1-2, and that'll take the bunt out of the equation. If Collins gets on, are you bunting with Joe Barry to get to Lozano?
You know, I don't think so. I mean, it's the top of the second inning. It's pretty early in the game. But
Down
then
away.
again, with the playoff implications as they are, you want to get those runners in scoring position as early and often as possible. So,
yeah. And got to put pressure on the Blue Sox. You know, just don't want to fall too far behind. This is into center field, and this will get down for a base hit.
another cutter slider type pitch that just stayed a little up in the zone and able to get some wood on it there, flared into the center field. Another base hit for the Merchants.
So here's Joe Barry batting .258 with 4 RBIs, only playing in his 13th game. 5 hits already for the Merchants, and yet they're the ones trailing 3-0. But a chance here to cut into that if Joe Barry can convert. He is not bunting, and he takes strike one.
Joe Barry, I believe, is Stoneham native, graduated Austin Prep High School, and went to Fordham University. I actually played Legion ball with him a few years back for Wakefield.
Swing and a miss at a high one. 0-2 as Vigsy cocked to throw to first, but no advance by Collins. Grounder to the left side. Rocco to second for one. That's all they'll get. No, he was pulled off the bag. Wow. Tough break there.
A lot of time there for Wilsey, too, so you wonder if he just assumed that he was on the bag or there's some sort of argument. As Danny Graham comes out. Have a word with Harris. See if we can get another ground ball here.
Fielder's choice E6 or E4?
That's E4. Oh, really?
Fielder's choice E6. Bases loaded, 1 out for a very dangerous hitter in Bobby Lozano, who singled his...
E5, actually, because that was Rocco who made the throw.
Oh, yeah, excuse me, Rocco, E5, yeah. So here is Bobby Lozano, singled his last time up. Chance to do a lot of damage here. He takes strike one. Well, in contrast to watching Kelvin the other night, the first pitch strike isn't the issue, clearly, for Matt.
No, absolutely not. Able to get pretty deep in counts with hitters.
And get him to chase a slider like that. Wow.
He gets Lozano in an 0-2 hole here. Had Barry also in an 0-2 hole, and so we'll see. Sometimes the hardest pitch to throw is the 0-2 because you don't want to be too cute, but at the same time, you know, you can afford to go after him a little bit. But
this is into left field. Alvarez will make the catch, tagging from third.
At the plate.
Is Coster the play at the plate? He is not in time as they throw over to second, and they got Lozano. Well, a good heads-up play. 1 run scores, but that's all they get.
Some words here between the umpires, and Jake Wilsey, the second baseman, as well as Rick DeAngelis, who's getting involved a little bit. So clearly unhappy with that play over at second base.
I couldn't even tell if it was hard for me to tell, but I don't know if Coster even stepped on home plate.
Yeah, it was a little funky play, kind of in the middle of a slide, ended up falling down towards their on-deck circle. So,
anyways. So, after 1.5, Blue Sox 3, Merchants 1. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. You can follow Local Sports Productions on the web at www.localsportsproductions.com, facebook.com/localsportsproductions, and on Twitter at LSP37. You can also subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel and support LSP on Patreon, patreon.com/LSP37. I meant to say it was Barry who was tagged out at second, going from first to second, not Lozano. But I don't know. That was a lot of drama for a play that only scored one run and ended the inning.
Yeah, you know, throwing the baseball around a little bit, but yeah, after all the dust clears, 1 run scored for the Merchants, and their last out on the base pass there at second base. So Jake Wilsey, where the drama all started, he leads the inning off as he fouls one down the left field line.
Jake batting .444 with 2 homers and 8 RBIs. Takes a pitch that skips to the plate inside.
Yeah, a little back foot slider there.
1-1.
Literally. We got another pair of headlights that looks like they'll be moving away.
The pitch, low, ball 2. Wilsey, Rocco, and Feliciano. I'd understand the emotion if like the person like tied the game or taken the lead, but it's only 1 run. He's still up 3-1.
Well, I think that there was some barking between the second baseman Wilsey and
swing and a miss
field
there.
umpire prior to that play.
Oh,
so,
on the
right.
play where Wilsey thought he was on the bag.
Right. And it kind of drifted off towards the end of the inning as he was running off the field. So
Vigers was also talking to Joe as well. Popped up, mile high, and this will...
Who's back? Great play there by Barry.
What a great play by Barry. Staying with that one as it tilted back towards home plate in front of the Merchants dugout, staying with it for the out, 1 down. So tough break for Wilsey. And that drama in the top half of the inning, then a tough play there to be retired to lead off the bottom of the second. Here's Chris Rocco, the third baseman. And Rocco takes a breaking ball down and in for ball 1.
Starts off with another back foot slider there.
Rocco batting .227 with 6 RBIs as he takes on the outside corner for strike 1. Swing and a miss, fastball there, 1-2. How are the Blue Sox gonna stay the course next half, the rest of the game if things get dicey like that? As Rocco swings and misses when they're on defense. What if it gets dicey like that again on a close play?
Yeah, well, really, it's out of the Blue Sox player's hands at that point. See what the field umpire can do, because obviously he's pretty adamant in his feelings and his calls, so leading to a little exchange in between innings between him and head coach Rick DeAngelis. So
here's Feliciano. And Sway looking to butt his way on. It's a perfectly placed one, and he reaches with a bunt single. And he's the master of the bunt single. Obviously the most legendary one coming in the championship series a couple of years ago, but he's pulled that rabbit out of his hat a few times this year. And Feliciano ups his average from 174 with that hit. And the lineup turns over for Jeff Costello. Flew out to center on that tough play by Lozano, leading off the bottom of the first. And he takes strike one. Entering play, Costello was the league's leading hitter at .474 with 13 RBIs, 3 doubles, and 4 triples. On track comes set, and the pitch. He's trying that back foot slider.
Yeah, multiple times this inning.
It's like every right-hander he gets the chance. One and one the count. And this is a little blooper into right field, and it will be caught on the run by the second baseman Butler. Tumbled down to the grass to make the catch, but the side's retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left. After 2 complete, Blue Sox 3, Merchants 1. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. You can follow the Blue Sox on the web at www.lexingtonbluesox.com, facebook.com/Lexington Blue Sox, and on Twitter and Instagram at @BlueSox_ICL. Scott Searles, Mark Weber, and Mike Sorrentino due up here in the top of the third, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Searles, 1 for 1 with a single thus far. No runs, 5 hits. No errors. 1 run, 5 hits. No errors, and 3 men left for the Merchants. His line past Feliciano into right field for a base hit. And Searles is 2 for 2, and that'll bring up Mark Weber, who struck out swinging his first time up in the first. Weber standing from the left side. Runner bluffs off of first. Is popped foul onto Worthing Road. We have an official broadcast. One run, 6 hits, no errors, 3 men left for the Merchants as a throw over to first is not in time. 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error, and 1 man left for the Blue Sox. Swing and a miss at a high one, and it's 0-2. The 0-2. Down and in, 1-2. Weber thought about it, but held up well in time. Pitch number 48 for Karras is into center field and down for a base hit. The 7th hit already for the Merchants. And that'll bring up Mike Sorrentino. Singled his first time up in the first. 7 hits for only 1 run thus far for the Merchants. Had 2 men thrown out on the bases. Then Karras will step off, look to second, but getting back before anyone can get there is Searles. Tying run on base for the Merchants. And that is in there for strike one. Karras has done a good job getting ahead of hitters, but hasn't been able to put many of them away. Down and away, 1-1. Grounder to Karras. He'll fire to no one in particular, as both Curley and Wilsey got to the bag at the same time and got there, and that prevented either of them from getting the ball cleanly. Could have been a 1-4-3 or a 1-6-3 double play. Instead, bases loaded, one out. Nobody out, rather. And here's Chris Butler. Outside, ball one. The pitch. Grounder to the right side. Wilsey to Curley for one. On to first. Double play. Meantime, the run from third. Searles scores, and it's 3-2. .463 double play. That'll bring up Paul McGonigal, who takes off speed down and in for ball one. McGonigal popped up to second, leading off the second. And he takes a slider over the plate for strike one. 1-1. This is grounded to the third baseman. Rocco sets, fires to first, pulls Feliciano off the bag, but he gets back on and steps on the bag for the out. That retires the side. The Merchants get one run on two hits, one error, and leave one. Yep, leave one. After 2.5, Blue Sox 3, Merchants 2. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Coverage of Blue Sox baseball on LSP continues tomorrow night at 7:55 p.m. when the Blue Sox host the Melrose Americans. Watch or listen live at localsportsproductions.com/live, then stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on YouTube. Ross Curley to lead it off here in the bottom of the third. The Blue Sox looked like it was going to be another one of those games when they got three in the bottom of the first, but the Merchants come back with one in the second, one in the third, taking advantage of a couple of Lexington errors. Ross takes down and away ball one, and Rob, after a tough inning like that, an error, another run scores kind of lead to one. The Blue Sox offense needs to get back on the track they've been on the past 7 games right now.
Heads up. Oh. Looked like it was coming right towards me and Sam here.
I know, right? And I didn't want to.
Came right back. Tough play.
Lands in front of the in play, but against the backstop. That doesn't happen very often, like a ball that actually threatens to land here.
Tough. It's tough.
Yeah, it's
because it's usually coming back towards the field.
Either that or it goes way past here. I don't want to get a concussion, and I don't want my computer to break, obviously.
Of course.
So, but 1-1.
But yeah, Sam, as you were saying, you know,
Inside corner strike 2. Ross
couple
couldn't leave
errors
it.
or misplays there in the infield, and you know, fortunately, Karras doing a great job minimizing getting a double play ball. But
Should have had a double play ball the first time though. So
yeah, you know,
that's the thing.
but coming back on the offensive end is definitely important.
There's a big swing and a miss by Curley on a breaking ball.
There's the success there in the back foot slider.
Yep. This time, but it wasn't really back foot. He got it over the plate, but buried it.
Mm-hmm.
And Ross not happy with that.
Kind of a questionable call on one of those pitches. I believe it was the second strike in the at-bat.
One down for Taylor Ferguson, who had an RBI double. His last time up, he takes ball 1. Pitch count has not been an issue for Untracked. As this is grounded to the left side, could be a tough play for Coster. Not in time.
Great hustle there by Ferguson. You saw it in the box. He knew it was going to be a tough play. Sometimes this Lexington grass runs long, and just right in that 6-hole, third baseman able to grab it, make a good play over, but not in time as Ferguson showed his wheels.
So Ferguson on base, and you know, Ferguson's got good speed. You kind of have to have decent speed. You know, not necessarily plus speed, but good speed to play center field. He's only attempted 2 stolen bases this year and only succeeded on 1 of them. So
yeah, well, you know, the Blue Sox don't tend to steal too often.
Well, they've been stealing more often than they have the past couple of years.
But when you got guys like Aaron Barbosa and Jeff Costello, those are kind of the shoe-ins, the green light onlys type guys. And other than that, we just let our
but even
Blue Sox
Danny has
swing.
3 stolen bases this year.
Danny Graham?
Yeah.
Wow. Another great slider there, curveball slider.
Julian's going to step out of the box and reset. Julian flew out to center his first time up in the first. Julian batting .265 with 8 RBIs. Looking for something into the gap here. Blue Sox need one of these runs back. On the outside corner. It took him a couple innings, but now that breaking ball is doing wonders for him.
Yeah, you know, from a 17-year-old high school kid, he has confidence in the breaking ball. You could see, I believe it was last inning, he missed a few times on the back foot to a bunch of righties. That time he kind of went backdoor on it. Started in the righties batter's box and lefty's batter's box rather, and had to come over the outside part of the plate. So a good pitch there from Umbricht.
Here's Graham, who takes a pitch down. Graham was actually signaling to Ferguson not to go, but Ferguson went on the split second. He knew it was going to be a problem and advanced to second. So
that's what they say. DBRs get RBIs. Dirt ball reads get runs batted in. So good read there from Ferguson. He was all over it.
So Danny with a runner in scoring position now. 1-0 the count. And the pitch. Below the knees, 2-0. I know some umpires will call that a strike, though, in this league.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, very good pitch, a pitcher's pitch, nonetheless.
Didn't get the call, though. And it's 2-0. Hitters count for Graham, and we have time called. Grammer with a chance for another big hit right here at a solo home run to right center his last time up. Takes down and away, 3-0. Maybe they want no part of him here. Untracked going a lot to the rosin bag tonight. It's not that hot or humid, though.
Some guys get extra sweaty palms.
And now time is called by Graham. 3-0 the count, Ferguson on second. Pitch count hasn't been an issue for Untracked. And now they're just going to put him on.
Yep, they just point to first base, and that'll be it for Danny's at bat. He takes a jog down to first base.
So first and second for Jeff Vigers. Big Z lined out to short his first time up, ending the first. Hoping for something into a hole here this time around.
Jumps
and
on
he gets this up the middle,
past the diving
second baseman Butler, into center field for a base hit. Ferguson around third. He will score standing up. An RBI single for Vigers, and the Blue Sox do get a run back. It's 4-2.
So here comes Wilsey, the second baseman, who's clearly stirred up some drama tonight.
Popped up to the catcher on that bad luck play there. His first time up.
Great play from Barry, though.
Absolutely. That's on the outside corner for strike one. That's one of those plays where once the catcher starts to teeter a little bit, you think, okay, I'm still alive, and then he stays with it, drops his knees too, and makes the catcher like, ugh. It's not what he needed after that tough top of the second inning. Oh, tried to wait back on the curveball and came up empty, 0-2. Okay. Going for Bedford with that cut, as I say.
Yeah. See what he does here. He needs to regather himself after falling 0-2 fairly quickly.
Down and in.
Slider.
Oh, and the runners are going to advance. Wow. A great heads-up base running. First by Ferguson and now by both Graham and Vigers.
Dirt ball reads, folks. Dirt ball reads.
Wild pitch. So the second wild pitch of the inning, charged untracked. 1-2 to Wilsey. He's back in the count. Untracked comes set. The pitch. Low. Ball two.
Good eye there by Wilsey.
And that's another one that even though it looks like it was caught very low, umpires will call a strike sometimes. So Wilsey, because it looks like it crosses the plate in time. So
right.
2-2 to Wilsey. Pops it foul and out of play. One run home already this inning. Blue Sox looking for more. They're up 3-0 after one. One run each in the second and third for Wakefield. Now stand at 4-2, 2-2, 2 on, 2 out. The pitch. Sky down the right field line. That's going to get out of play. It's a good at-bat being put together here by Wilsey after being down 0-2.
Absolutely. You know, like I said, fall 0-2 with 2 outs of runners in scoring position, you really need to refocus yourself and get that bat on the ball. You don't want to go down swinging here.
Untrack tried to wipe him out with a couple of pitches dipping out of the zone on 0-2 and 1-2, but now he's might have to come after him here. Just gets a piece of it to the first baseman, Sorrentino. Everybody safe. A second run is going to come home. Wow. The heads-up base running continues as Vigers scores behind Graham, and it is 6-2 just like that.
Yeah, you know, kind of got lucky there from Wilsey out in front of a slider on a 3-2 count and just gets the end of the bat, causing a lot of spin there. And like I said before, that play for the lefty coming off the mound is a very tough play because you usually have to...
You're coming off to the third base side.
Coming off to the third base side, have to readjust yourself, go after the ball. You try to barehand it and flick it to the first baseman who was also charging the baseball. So ends up on second base after a missed throw from the first baseman trying to get Vigers coming in to score. So aggressive base running there by Jeff.
So Ruaco with another RBI opportunity as that's ball one. Boy, everything looked good for Untrack. Looked like he was going to get out of the inning with just the one run allowed, and then play like that. Heads-up base running third time this inning. We've commended the Blue Sox base running. It's popped up into right field and making the catch. There have been a lot of plays like that for Wakefield where the ball tails on him. And it's not even that windy tonight, but...
No, sometimes it might get lost in the lights as well because that was kind of light high, but... Regardless, makes the catch, ends the inning.
Blue Sox get 3 more runs on 3 hits and leave 1. After 3 complete, Blue Sox 6, Merchants 2. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Want LSP to, advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information.
Sam.
7-8-9 due up here in the top of the fourth as has fouled into the trees in front of Worthen Road behind the Blue Sox bullpen for strike one to Dylan Coster. Coster is 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored. He grounds this one foul towards the Merchants dugout, and it's 0-2. So, Rob, we were talking the second inning how, so the Blue Sox get Matt Karras a 3-run lead, and, he's rejuvenated after he threw a tough first inning, although he allowed no runs in the first inning, but then the Merchants get back into it. I don't think it's just Karras has to execute now that the Blue Sox have a 4-run lead. The defense has to execute too.
Absolutely. Like I said, Karras doing a good job minimizing out of his jams. Has had some trouble getting the first hitter of every inning, but needless to say, Blue Sox offense jumps right back, picks up 3 on great base running, and capitalizing on their opportunities given.
1-2 the count still as Coster fouls this one off.
Between a walk, a couple infield hits, and before you know, you put 3 runs on the board.
Chopper to the left side, charging is Ruaco, fires to first, low throw. Good pick by Feliciano for the out. Feliciano's a natural outfielder, but playing first base tonight and showing some very good defensive skills there a couple plays tonight.
Absolutely, great pick.
So, Karras gets the leadoff man for the second time in 4 innings, and that'll bring up Ryan Collins, who singled his last time up, and he swings and misses for strike one. Collins is a little guy, but he's taking a mighty cut at that
strong
one.
hack there, right through the zone.
Takes upstairs 1-1.
Cutter action there, misses up and away.
This is into center field, into the gap. Ferguson chasing it down. On his way to second is Collins, and he will get there with a double. So, Karras still unable to get that clean inning you really need in a game where, playoff positioning is on the line for both teams, and the Merchants have already cut the lead down from 3-0 to 3-2. Now they're trying to claw their way back into it again. Here's Joe Barry, who takes down an in-ball one. What is your mindset when if you're a pitcher and your offense gives you a lead, but you just can't put the guys away? How do you manage that as it's popped up?
I think Karras has been doing actually a great job of it. He's induced a double play ball. He's worked out of the first 2 hitters to get on in
as
Lozano.
He gets Feliciano gets Barry to pop up there. 2 down, but like, even though obviously he hasn't given up the lead or anything, like the Merchants are just so pesky tonight. That's the kind of thing I'm getting at. And now you have Lozano come into the plate.
Yeah, I mean their .306 batting average doesn't lie to us.
Nearly hits him, and that's ball 1.
Taking advantage of some, like we said, Matt has had a few 0-2 counts, 1-2 counts that unable to execute that put-away pitch, so taking advantage with a couple base hits.
On the outside corner, 1-1. Sam, right field. Sorry. Yeah, as that is on the inside corner? No.
Another arguable call there. Cutter inside. Just missed.
That'll look good from here, but now Vigers is going to come out to the mound and reassure Matt he's got it. 2-1. Karras comes set with Collins still at second after the 1-out double. This is chopped to the left side. Diving stop by Ruaco on to first. Oh, he did not get it. The throw to the plate goes out of play. Oh, it stays in play. Oh, wow. That was
Good effort there by Rocco.
That was nearly the play of the year for the Blue Sox.
Diving stop to his left side and hums over a rocket, but just barely pulls Feliciano off the first base bag and coming home to score.
So it's now 6-3.
Yeah, and the Merchants doing a great job fighting. They just will not go away.
Tough. There's a lot of tough calls here. A lot of tough calls here for the Blue Sox to handle. It's now 6-3. And that'll bring up Scott Searles 2 for 2 with 2 singles. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Just can't. Here's Searles, and he went around there, and it's strike 1. It's now 9 hits for the Merchants.
You know, typically you see a pitcher's stat line, 9 hits through 3 2/3 innings. You'd think there'd be a lot more runs on the board than just 3. So
yeah, but
to
only
Matt's
3.
credit, doing a good job minimizing, not letting up too many extra base hits, really.
0-2 the count. To Searles. Grounder to the right side. Wilsey has it. Soft toss to first for the out that retires the side. Again, the Merchants try to claw their way back into it. They get 1, but that's all they get. And after 3.5, we're halfway home. It is the Blue Sox 6 and the Merchants 3. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Want LSP to tape or broadcast your team's games? Rates start at just $50 per game. Video broadcasts also available. Visit localsportsproductions.com/services or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. Josue Feliciano lead things off in the bottom of the 4th.
Had a great bunt last time up.
Yep. Fortunately, he was stranded at first. He'll now lead things off. And the third baseman, Collins, is in on the grass. And this is into left center field, and this will be caught on the run by McGonigal. 1 down on 1 pitch. That was a hard hit ball.
Absolutely roped the first pitch there from Umbricht.
Well, that turns over for Jeff Costello, who is 0 for 2. Very unlike him. Batting almost 500 to begin the season. He's already 0 for 2. To begin the night, rather. Breaking ball at the top of the strike zone for strike 1. Looked a little high, and if it was... it could have been a banger there for Jeff, too. So he takes strike 2, 0-2. On track delivers. Check swing. They appeal. He did not go. Sam Finn immediately appealing, and it was pretty clear he didn't go.
Better be safe than sorry there from
Oh, yeah. 1-2 the count with Ross Curley on deck. Jeff looking to get on base and tear across the bases with his wheels. He gets it down the third baseline. Foul ball.
Just barely down third baseline, the left side of the bag. Dribbles by. Would have been a tough play for the third baseman. Potentially an extra base hit.
Costello could have easily had second, considering how far away from the ball McGonigal was playing. And time is called now.
You know, as a pitcher, when a hitter calls time and reaches for his eyeball, you never really know if there's actually something in his eye or not.
Swing and a miss. 2 down. Another breaking ball there.
Inside breaking ball. He stayed loyal to that pitch the whole night, the youngster.
Costello's missed the last 3 games and is now 0 for 3. Here's Ross Curley, 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. And he grounds this one to short, fielded by Coster. Low throw, but picked by Sorrentino.
And quick inning there from the Blue Sox.
Our first 1-2-3 inning belongs to Mike Untracked. And after 4 complete, Blue Sox 6, Merchants 3. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. You can follow LSP on the web at www.localsportsproductions.com, facebook.com/localsportsproductions, and on Twitter at LSP37. And be sure to subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel and support LSP on Patreon, patreon.com/LSP37. New pitcher for the Blue Sox is Tony Anino. Tony takes over for Matt Karras, who went 4 innings. 3 runs on 9 hits. Make his 3rd appearance of the season. No runs allowed and 2 walks and 2 strikeouts in an inning and 2/3. And this line right to Ross Curley for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out for Anino. He retires Mark Weber, who is now 1 for 3. That'll bring up Mike Sorrentino. One for 2 with a single. Anino with the full wind and the pitch. Upstairs for ball 1. Down the heart of the plate with a fastball for strike 1. Fouled away, and it's 1-2. At Weber, then we'll have Sorrentino and Chris Butler, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, due up for the Merchants as we play the top of the 5th. Swing and a miss, kind of a feeble swing and a miss there by Sorrentino, and he is down on strikes. 2 down, that brings up the second baseman, Chris Butler. Butler is 0 for 2, struck out swinging in the first, and grounded into a 4-6-3 double play in the 3rd. And he takes the ball 1-0. Lefty against lefty, and the fastball catches the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. This is popped up. Ross Curley calling for it at short. Makes the catch, stepping a couple steps into left field for the out that retires aside. And as Untrack picks up a 1-2-3 inning, so does Anino. After 4.5, Blue Sox 6, Merchants 3. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. You can follow the Blue Sox on the web at www.lexingtonbluesox.com, facebook.com/Lexington Blue Sox, and on Twitter and Instagram at @BlueSox_ICL. Three, 4, and 5 due up for the Blue Sox in the bottom of the fifth. Taylor Ferguson, Julian Alvarez, and Dan Graham. Ferg is 2 for 2 with a double, a single, and 2 runs scored. Also has an RBI. Untracked with the pitch, and it's swung on and missed for strike 1. The line on Matt Karras, 4 innings, 9 hits, 3 runs, only one of which was earned, no walks, 2 strikeouts, 75 pitches, 53 for strikes. And now Untrack will step off the rubber. Fouled off at the dish by Ferguson. Another breaking ball by Untracked. He's had good confidence in that thing over the past couple of innings. And it is 0-2. The pitch popped up, foul over the screen and out of play. Ferg, last time he played the Merchants, 2 for 4 with 2 doubles. That was on Sunday. He is grounded to the left side. Third baseman Collins has it, fires on to first in time. Another close ground ball at first for Ferguson. Beat out the last one, but unsuccessful on this one. And there's one down for Julian Alvarez. Alvarez looking to reverse his fortunes. 0 for 2 with a fly out to center and a strikeout looking. The pitch, chopped to the left side, foul at the feet of Rick DeAngelis, and there's one strike. Untracked winds and delivers. Up and away the fastball, 1-1. Skips to the dirt and to the backstop, and it's 2-1. Rob DeFranco is now in the Blue Sox bullpen. So for those of you who hope to hear more of him, he's warming up, might be going in a little bit, as that miss is just outside, 3-1. 3-1 from Untracked to Alvarez. At the knees on the inside corner, 3-2. Lefty against righty. Some power for Alvarez. The payoff pitch into center field. Mike got under it a bit too much. Lozano camping under it, makes the catch. 2 down. Alvarez is 0 for 3, and that brings up Dan Graham. Graham is 1 for 1 with the solo home run he hit in the first. Was intentionally walked in the third, and then eventually came around to score on Wilsey's single. On track, winds and delivers, and gets a fastball over there for strike 1. Misses. Apparently 1-1. That looked pretty good. Thought he got at the knees on the inside corner, but not so, says Sam Finn. And tries the breaking ball on the outside, but skips it to the backstop, and it's 2-1. 6 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors, and 2 men left for the Blue Sox. As this is grounded to the right side, gobbled up by the second baseman Butler on to first. Another 1-2-3 inning for Mike Untrecht. He's retired 7 in a row, and after 5 complete, Blue Sox 6, Merchants 3. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Coverage of Blue Sox baseball on LSP continues tomorrow night at 7:55 p.m. when the Blue Sox host the Melrose Americans. Watch or listen live at localsportsproductions.com/live, then stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on the LSP YouTube channel. Top of the 6th.
Mike, it's 6, 7, 8. You said 4, 5, 6.
Paul McGonigal will lead things
6,
off.
7, 8.
Paul McGonigal, Dylan Coster, and Ryan Collins due up. Tony Nino out there for a second inning of work, and he misses for ball 1. Misses again, 2-0. Can't hit the outside corner here to McGonigal. It's 3-0. McGonigal is 0 for 2 with a pop-up to second and ground ball to third. The 3-0 taken all the way for a strike, 3-1, and now McGonigal will go to work. Anino got through the side 1-2-3 on 8 pitches as this is into left center field, and Ferguson will run it down for the out. 1 down, 4 in a row retired by Anino. Good pitch there, coming back from 3-0 down to induce the flyout. So that'll bring up Dylan Coster, the shortstop, 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. The pitch, strike over the middle for strike 1. That catches the inside corner, strike 2. Starting to get those calls again is, and let's see, lefty against lefty. Try a wipeout slider here. Nope. Fouled it off, and Vigers couldn't hang on to it. It was a high fastball, and it remains 0-2. Big gap up the middle, and the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Tried the high fastball again. This time he got him to miss. Second strikeout for Anino, 2 down. And that'll bring up Ryan Collins. He's been a tough out in the 8-hole. 2 for 2 with a single, a double, and a run scored. He scored the last Merchants run in the 4th. As that's up and away, ball 1. In the bottom of the 6th, the Blue Sox will have 6, 7, and 8 due up. Jeff Vigers, Jake Wilsey, and Chris Ruaco. Popped up, foul over the screen and out of play. It's 1-1. Blue Sox looking to win their 8th consecutive game and clinch at least 3rd in the ICL playoffs. Up and away, 2-1. On the outside corner, 2-2. After this, the Blue Sox have 5 games left. They have Melrose tomorrow night, as I mentioned, and then makeups Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Swing and a miss, strike 3. We'll tell you more about it in a little bit, but 6 up, 6 down for Anino in his 2 innings of work. And after 5.5, Blue Sox 6, Merchants 3. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. Jeff Vigers to lead things off here on the bottom of the 6th. Mike Untracht still out there for the Wakefield Merchants. And why not? He's retired the last 7 in a row. Bigsy is 1 for 2 with an RBI single and a run scored. Bigsy, Wilsey, and Ruaco due up here in the bottom of the 6th as they look to extend their lead. As Vigers shows bunt and pulls back as it skips to the backstop for ball 1. There have been a few balls that Untracht has thrown in the dirt tonight, but only one official 2 wild pitches. As that's a strike, 1-1. There's other action in the ICL tonight with playoff implications as Melrose is at Watertown and Andre is at Reading. No final from either of them just yet as that misses inside. 2-1. Watertown entering tonight third in the tied for second in the ICL with the Blue Sox, but behind on winning percentage as that misses 3-1. Andre leading the pack right now at 17-6, 34 points. Grounded down the first base line, foul. Full count. Blue Sox looking to go to 17-5-1. On the outside corner, strike 3 called. 8 in a row now retired by Untracked. Well, he's keeping Wakefield in the game, certainly, but the shutdown performance thus far by Anino has kept them from getting any of those runs back that they let up. Here's Jake Wilsey, 1 for 2 with an RBI single. Another one that skips in front of a right-handed batter to the backstop, and it's 1-0. Mentioned the Blue Sox have 5 games left after this, as that's low ball 2. They have Melrose tomorrow night, and then makeups all at home Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. It'll be Monday against Watertown. Tuesday, they'll host Wakefield again. So that's down and in 3-0. And then Wednesday, it'll be the epic conclusion of that suspended game between Lexington and Andre when it was 4-2 Andre after they came back with 3 runs at the top. Then the sprinklers came on as Wilsey takes all the way for strike 1, 3-1. That will the completion of the suspended game will take place at 7:30 on Wednesday the 9th, and then the final game of the season, the regularly scheduled game for the Blue Sox and Chiefs, as Wilsey does not like that call and it's a full count, will be is scheduled for 8 o'clock. Watertown and Andre, 2 of your last 3 to end the season. That's gonna say a lot about the Blue Sox as they enter the playoffs. Foul tipped, and he could not hang on to it. Could bury, and Wilsey stays alive. Wilsey had a pretty good at-bat coming back from 0-2 down to get an RBI single in the third. He was ahead 3-0 here, but now he finds himself in a full count. Let's see what he produces on the 7th pitch of the at-bat. He grounds it foul towards the left field bleachers. It was Matt Karras for the first 4 for the Blue Sox, and then Tony Anino the last 2, which he's retired 6 up, 6 down. Grounder to the left side, foul again. Got on top of that one. Pitch number 9 upcoming. Longest at bat for either side tonight. Wilsey putting in work, trying to crack Untracked, who is retired the last 8. And he fouls it to the left again. Getting out in front of those pitches, those off-speed pitches, and he's getting on top of them, chopping them fouls. He's not getting any elevation on them. Pitch number 10 upcoming from Untracked to Wilsey. And here it is. Runs inside, ball 4. Actually, it technically hit him, says Sam Finn. So it'll be a hit by pitch. Well, even if it didn't hit him, that was going to be ball 4 anyway. So Wilsey, another long at bat, and he gets on base. Here's Chris Rocco, 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly out to right, but he's been laying out in the field defensively. And he fouls this one into the screen for strike 1. See, the pitchers appreciate that. He is one of the best defenders in the ICL. Wilsey with a standing lead at first. Breaking ball misses down and in, 1-1. Wilsey 1 for 1 in stolen base attempts, as that comes over across the zone to the outside part of the plate, 1-2. Rocco winces at the call, with Josue Feliciano on deck. The pitch misses outside. Tried the same pitch in the same spot, but just missed. And it's 2-2. curveball on the outside corner. Runner goes. The pitch is popped up. Calling for it is untracked, and now it will be caught by the pitcher. Untracked, throws over to first, and Wilsey is safe. Another adventurous pop-up for the Wakefield defense. Untracked makes the play 2 down. Wilsey gets back to first. There was going to be an out either way on that play once it was going to roll into fair territory. So here's Josue Feliciano, bunt single in the first, fly out to left in the fourth, and he takes a stutter step swing there and fouls it off for strike one. In the top of the seventh, the Merchants are going to have the 9, 1, and 2 hitters due up. Joe Barry, Bobby Lozano, and Scott Searles. Rob DeFranco has been warming. Jeff Blout has a glove. But Tony Nino has retired 6 in a row. This is grounded to short. Bobbled by the shortstop. Throw on to first in time. Coster gets the out, and the side is retired. So we go to the top of the seventh. Closing time for the Blue Sox. Blue Sox 6, Merchants 3. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Want LSP to tape or broadcast your team's games? Rates start at just $50 per game. Video broadcasts also available. Visit localsportsproductions.com/services or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. Joe Barry, as I said, 9-1-2 due up. Joe Barry, Bobby Lozano, and Scott Searles. And they will face Jeff Blout, who looks to get the save. Blout making his 5th appearance of the season, 1-0, as he gets strike 1 in there. Barry, 0 for 2. Reach on fielder's choice, comes up empty there, 0-2, and popped up to first. Blout has pitched 4 scoreless innings with only 1 hit allowed and 2 strikeouts this season. Blout last pitched on July 28th against Somerville. 1 hit and 1 inning of work and 2 strikeouts. Misses outside with a fastball, 1-2. 1-2 to Barry. Skied into center field. Ferguson camping under it. Routine fly ball. 1 down. And now, Bobby Lozano, who is 2 for 2. 2 singles and a sacrifice fly for an RBI. The Merchants have not had a hit since the 4th. The Blue Sox haven't had a hit since the 3rd. Ball 1. The Blue Sox scored 3 in the first and 3 in the third. And then Mike Untracked, as this is fouled to the right and out of play, 1-1. Mike Untracked has retired 10 of the last 11 he faced. Only base runner he allowed in that stretch was Jake Wilsey on a hit by pitch that would have been ball 4 anyway. 2-1. Fastball runs up and away. Not the offensive explosion that we've grown accustomed to, as this is down the right field line and foul. 2-2. Not the offensive explosion that we've been grown accustomed to from the Blue Sox over these last 7 games, but they are 2 outs away from their 8th consecutive win, which would put them at 17-5-1 and assure them at least 3rd place in the ICL playoff seedings. 2-2 the count to Lozano. And Blout winds and delivers. Misses outside with a fastball. Full count. It's been mostly fastballs thus far from Blout. Gotta get Lozano here. He's got good speed. Can wreak havoc on the base pass. Gets him to foul it off. Full count. He can't just groove one. He's proved to be a potent hitter this year, setting her career highs in most offensive categories. 3-2 once again. Skied into left center field. This is going to be a tough play, but Ferguson runs it down. Looked tough because it looked like it was going to die faster than it did, but hung up. 2 down, and the Merchants are down to their final out, and it's in the person of Scott Searles, who is 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a run scored. Andre Chiefs are up 7-1 in the bottom of the 7th on Reading out at Endicott. Strike 1 to Scott Searles. Scott Searles has been primarily the shortstop for the Merchants in his career, but he's starts at second base this year. As that catches the outside corner. And it's 0-2. Merchants down their final strike. He's also been the DH, so looks like the Chiefs are going to hold on to first place. Can the Blue Sox keep pace with them? The 0-2. Down in the dirt. 1-2. Blout looking for his 3rd career save with the Blue Sox. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3 at a pitch away, an off-speed pitch, and the ball game is over. In a game that took 1 hour and 35 minutes, the winning pitcher is Matt Karras. He improves to 2-0. The losing pitcher is Mike Untracked. He falls to 0-1. The save goes to Jeff Blout. It's his first. The final totals for the Wakefield Merchants, who fall to 14-11, 28 points, 3 runs, 9 hits, 1 error, and 5 men left. And for the Lexington Blue Sox, who improved to 17-5-1, 35 points, 6 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors, and 3 men left. Our players of the game are Tony Anino with 2 perfect innings of relief for the hold. And Taylor Ferguson 2 for 3 with a RBI, a double, and 2 runs scored. Also, Dan Graham hit a home run, solo home run in the first, for his first home run of the season, and his 12th career home run with the Blue Sox. Blue Sox got their 8th consecutive win. And they look to get another win tomorrow night on Friday Night Lights against Melrose. Everything's clicking at the right time as we enter the postseason, as we enter the home stretch for the postseason. Just one question that remains to be asked, and remains to be answered. Can the Blue Sox keep it up into the postseason? Hope they're not peaking too early, but we'll find out. With that said, this has been a presentation of the Lexington Blue Sox in association with Local Sports Productions, serving Greater Boston student-athletes since 2011. Copyright 2017, unauthorized redistribution of any portion of this broadcast without the express written permission of the Lexington Blue Sox or Local Sports Productions is strictly prohibited. Coverage of Blue Sox baseball and LSP continues tomorrow night at 7:55 p.m. when the Blue Sox host the Melrose Americans. Watch or listen live at localsportsproductions.com/live, then stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on YouTube. Be sure to follow LSP on the web www.localsportsproductions.com, facebook.com/localsportsproductions, Twitter at LSP37. Subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel and support LSP on Patreon, patreon.com/LSP37. Once again, the final score from center field at Lexington High School in Lexington, Mass. The Lexington Blue Sox defeat the Wakefield Merchants 6-3. For Rob DeFranco, my name is Sam Feely. Thanks for tuning in.